Okay, so a couple hours ago, I had this little moment with Hawk, and he wanted me to share the reflections that I had while we were hanging out together and share this message because it's for you too. So, if you're familiar, a few months ago, if you follow my work, I did a reading and it's the same Hawk. I'm pretty sure it's the same Hawk, and it was juvenile Hawk, like not fully adulted yet. They have a more of a high pitched voice. And I'm doing this reading on him because he was coming around and he literally came during the reading and is like squawking and like everyone could hear him on the reading. It was so cool. So I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. So I'm going down to take the trash out. I live in New York City. I live in an apartment building, and there's this like back area of the apartment building, and it's pretty gross, and it's like where all the trash goes. So I open the door and I hear like a swoop, and then on the fence, just then staring at me is awesome Hawk. So I have this moment of like conversing with him and just like thanking him for just, wow, this is like an honor to just like be so close to you right now. Like, that's so cool. And then I hear this little scuffle and buffle, and I look and there's this little rat, like my perfect chance to get away. And I'm like, it dawns on me, like, wait, what is the symbolism going on here? Like, I'm in the trash, there's Hawk, there's the rats kind of moving around. And I'm like, oh my God, out in the wilderness where you have to like scavenger for food, and it's this like, it's just a lot of efforting and work. And I'm like, wait, Hawk is living on a gold mine. Like the trash behind my apartment building is a empire of rats. It's just tons and tons and tons of rats. And I actually just like love them. Like, I'm not mad at them. If you watch documentaries about rats, like they're smart and cuddly. And anyways, so I love the rats. I'm not gonna go pet them, keep the distance, but I'm like, you guys are actually like super cute. So I'm like, everything, and this is what was coming when I was realizing and like having this moment with Hawk, and then I was like, yeah, you got to hear this. This is for you. Everything you are working toward, everything that is safety or financial or health, everything that fills you up, you're completely provided for. Like, life has got your back. Like, you're in this like moment and energy where all this abundance, it's like he spoke to me about the abundance that you are standing on, that like it might take a different way of you kind of looking at your situation, but there is so much, like you are protected, you are provided for, it's like, because Hawk, again, is just like lives in the neighborhood and has every freaking person in all the infinite like apartment buildings and all their infinite trash and all the infinite freaking rats hanging out. Like, it has food for millennia. It is provided for. It does not have to hustle. It does not have to, yeah, little hunt, but not the kind where it's like, I'm starving for days, I'm efforting. So Hawk has this message about, you are being provided for big time right now, but it's about shifting and seeing and honoring and being grateful for it. It's almost like the recognition of the abundance is how the freaking abundance clicks in turbo speed. The other thing, Hawk, he's a red-tailed hawk. So red-tailed hawk, again, like I am on one with like this sexual energy that is working through us right now. And, the red tail, the roots, this Kundalini energy, there is something again about this thing that is rising within us. But guess what? Juvenile hawk, it is not fully red yet. So there is something about there is something you are becoming, okay? This like sexual power that you have. And what is your sexual power? Your sexual power is how you create your life. And guess what? Your sexual power is also connected to fear and how you can work with fear through your sexual power to create the life you want. But that you'll have to join my membership for. We'll get in more into that later. So there is this just such a wonderful, beautiful message. Like, if you just shift your perspective, you will see that you are standing on a gold mine. You will see every opportunity just came into existence for you. Every like inspiration, it's right there. It is right there. You just have to start honoring and having gratitude for these moments, like where these things of abundance are happening for you. If you get that epic idea, if you know, someone pays for something for you or whatever, there's all this like abundance happening, and like it isn't about scratching and trying for this thing. Like, it is change your perspective because it's right underneath you. It's right here. Like, it's right here. So that's awesome. The other thing, so I think with, again, like him being teenage Hawk, there is a learning within yourself about your power to create. And I think it's connected to your sexual power. This creation life force energy is asking us to like really kind of get this new perception of abundance, like change our perception of our reality. Like, if you feel like crap right now, if you feel overwhelmed, it's this like kind of shifting of perspective that I am making a choice to project the idea that I am really overwhelmed and there's too much going on, when you can use your creation life force, your sexual energy but you know what? I'm going to start making all this pressure. Like, I'm going to just turn everything into like inspiration and like weirdly easy. Like, why is everything all of a sudden like working your way? Because it's how you're changing your perspective. But this creative life force is asking you, because you're still not fully tapped into how to utilize your sexual power because it's teenage Hawk. So there's something like you're learning, right? You're in this like learning stage of how you can weave this. So I just want to get a little quick. Let's ask from the reading, let's ask Hawk. Let's ask abundance. Let's ask your sexual power, and then think of a feeling you want to be aligned with. I'm writing mine down. Yeah, like a feeling you really want to embody that. Oh, also Hawk was sharing that this is actually so cool. He's like, I don't give an F. Like, he doesn't care. He's like not interested in kind of these ideas outside of him, or the message to you. It's like this new level of self-authority, right? Like, that is the adult Hawk, because Hawk is the visionary. It's the leader. It's this like sovereign self-authority. Like, society says maybe the way I look isn't conventional and it's considered ugly. Like, well, if I just see myself as beautiful, then I am, and then others will see it too. I just had to change my perspective. Like, it's just you constantly changing your perspective, and that's the mature Hawk. They change their perspective so it's uplifting for not only themselves but others. They become their own self-authority. So this feeling you want to feel, this thing you want to embody about yourself, that'll be this card. Hold on. let me write this down, because the last one we're going to ask self-authority, but the thing, I got to write the thing you want to feel. Okay. Girl. Okay, Hawk. Just think of Hawk right now. What is the message you want to share with all of us? Okay, now let's just think of abundance. Actually, I feel like it's going to be this deck. What is abundance? Abundance, our sexual power. So hold your root lock, the muscle you hold your pee with, your mula bandha. Just hold it. There's some pretty powerful stuff right there. Okay, the thing you want to embody, how you want to feel about yourself. That's right. You know it feels good. Like you're like, yeah, I want to duh. That's what's up. We're going to pull one from each and each, and then your self-authority. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, whoa. Okay. As always, let's see. Hawk is just like straight to the point, like get out of your head. There's some kind of like limiting, lame belief that's like making you self-focused in an unproductive, like obsessive way. But I always feel like that card is just like straight to the point and obvious. Like, yeah, get out of your head. It's not like, because it's, he's like, if it makes you feel constricted in yourself, see how like the bullseye view is going in, like, it's like, no, you want to be like, ah. You don't want to be So, okay. Go on, Hawk. What else? So those thoughts that you think that are unempowering, nourish your shadow. This is about, so there's a couple things. You know how that thought, that obsessive thought in your head, like feels like it's just like it takes forever. You try to do the work, it's just like kind of like goes for years. You kind of always have that issue with that thing and that kind of feeling around it. This is talking about how you can actually, that these are aspects of you that are holding this program and this belief. So when that aspect comes up and is having that disempowering thought, you can actually, if you're embodying it, if you're embodying that disempowering thought, you kind of come as like, you, self-authority also came out, but like, there's this like self-authority in you who can come and teach that part of you how to use their voice, how to be empowered, how to say no and have boundaries to that feeling. So it's this idea that like when the thing is coming up, it's not like your confident self-authority comes and shuts it down. Your confident self-authority part of you comes and teaches the part of you who's hiding in the shadow, who teaches the child self, who teaches the one that feels like a victim how to use your voice. I mean, I do this in all my work. Again, you should totally be down with the membership, but this is like you have this inner dialogue. You could journal it out. You could have an actual like, you know, the authority figure, the confident part of you being like, hey, what's going on? What is this belief you're dealing with? And then you have that part of you write you back, and then you have it use its voice. You share with it, okay, say no to it, or do a hand movement. My body tech deck, like, let me show you. Like, this is I'm gonna change this to say you are not allowed, but it says shut it down before it brings you down. Fear, worry, doubt, where you actually are like, no, you're not allowed. But again, what is so important about this, you have your shadowy part say it, not your confident part, because your confident part is always butting in and pushing, the victim or the ugly or the not good enough, like, get out of here, let me take the wheel. It's like, okay, that's can sometimes be helpful if it's like in a moment where you just have to like snap into it. Like, but if we want to stop getting hijacked by the victim, by the not good enough, by the this, we have to teach those parts how to be empowered. All right. Thank you, Hawk. Now, abundance. Oh, it's like this was flipped, so I didn't even see it, which is all about kind of what I just said. So, wait, which one? Hold on. Is this or is this sexual power? Okay, this is abundance. So, abundance says my shadows make diamonds. Like, what is she doing? She's taking her shadows. Nourish the shadow. All right, what no one is teaching anyone. It's not just about learning to freaking be confident and learning to be empowered. It's about teaching your shadowy part, all the parts of you hiding in the shadows. You want to learn? Like you want to get empowered? Because you're going to constantly be hijacked by them if no one's teaching them how to be empowered. So what is she doing? She's calling in her shadows. She's also calling her power back. And she is turning it into diamonds, which in my deck, diamonds, it's your gift. It's your gift of your truest self that you're here to share with humanity. And she turns it into a freaking abundance portal. This is the abundance portal. Okay? See that? This portal. And then let me show you. Oh, let me show you right here. Where's my bowhead whale card? I mean, I don't want to make you guys wait, but it is the abundance portal, whatever. It's the card with the bowhead whale on it that has the same abundance portal. So this is abundance is sharing, like, listen, you can turn all your pain into your greatest asset. You can turn all your pain into the thing that is the abundance. And I almost think this goes back to like changing your perspective of everything. She's like, you got to be multifaceted in how you grow and heal and like embody empowerment. It's not just like, oh, this one technique did it all. It's like, no, there's a trillion infinite techniques. And sometimes you outgrow a technique that really worked for that stage of your consciousness that now you're like way too ahead of, or now like your chicken head self figured out how to like deprogram that thing that worked a while ago. So I almost think there's like a sophistication here of like, she's putting a good story on freaking everything. Claim your freaking I am going through this because it is shifting inside of me, something inside of me that is going to make me more freaking magnetic. I am, say like you don't have enough money. I'm going to shift into the perspective, like, just freaking wait, I'm taken care of. I am sitting on a gold mine of rats over here, man, and they are here to freaking feed me. I mean, if you didn't watch the beginning, you would be like, what is that reference? Okay, so your sexual power is going back. Okay, so there's a couple things. Evolve into your complexity. This card, the evolution of the meaning of this card, I mean, if you read the guidebook, it's not the same. So it's this idea that you are expanding so much in every direction. And you're expanding in every direction because you're integrating all these aspects of you, right? And you're integrating because you're empowering all those. You're empowering the hurt self, the shadow self, the child self, and as you empower all these parts of you, to the right, to the left, to the back, to the, like, it's not only empowering your current you, but it's empowering your future you. So you are being stretched. This is what your sexual power wants you to know. You are being stretched. You are healing and integrating. I don't even know if I just feel it's not healing. You're empowering, which is healing, right? Like that is healing for those parts of you. They didn't need to be healed. They need to be empowered, which then in turn is a form of healing. But like this idea of almost like the energy or connotation of Healing is like, oh, you're broken. Oh, you're broken. So it's like, no, you're not broken. You're not a victim. Your body can self-heal itself. You go through trauma because you're initiated as a warrior at the time of the trauma to then do something freaking incredible with your life. Yes, whatever those traumas are, horrific, unbearable, like, but for whatever reason, it was your initiation to be the warrior of self, the warrior who could, transmute some pretty deep, heavy energy and turn it into diamonds and an abundance portal. Like, sorry, you just have that power. Like, you got to start owning it, man. Like, this, like, no, like, I'm sorry, if you're having a bad day, this is like, get over it. Even though it's telling you, like, well, first teach that aspect of you to get freaking empowered and say no to the thing. But, okay, so I am confused at the lineup. Like, what? I don't know. All right, so we're just gonna say, I'm gonna include this in sexual power. Sexual power. Jump. I am worth the risk. So this is about, this thing in your heart. If you go for it, that's when your wings are activated. When you take the jump, when you take the risk, it activates the growth of the wings. You will not have proof of the wings before. You will not, like, there's just no proof. You have to jump into this thing. And in doing so, your self-worth, this is what it really activates. Your self-worth is your freaking wings. It activates your self-worth on some other crazy level because you're like, oh, I can do this. I can freaking do this. And maybe there's the learning curves and the couple failures here and there, but it's like you showing you that you were worth the risk is the freaking medicine for your worth. You have to show you that you're worth doing the thing you're just like dreaming about, thinking about, wanting to manifest all the time. Like, like there's no more thinking about this. You have to, because who also came out in this, let's just weave this into the thing of how you want to feel, okay? It's an extension of this jump card. How you want to feel. I love it. She's like, be your own effing authority. Like, come on. Like, society gets to dictate, how I feel about my health, how I feel about getting older, how I feel about money, how I feel about relationships, how I feel about gender, how I feel about race, wait, you get to tell me? And the story out there is pretty disempowering and divisive. So you're gonna, I feel like crap. Or are you gonna be your own freaking person and decide what feels open and uplifting and unifying for not only you, but for humanity? Like, come on. Okay. She was speaking through me right there. So self-authority was speaking through me about the thing that you want to feel and embody. And then baby hawk came. Okay. Juvenile hawk, nourishment while waiting. And that again is, or did I explain this in the beginning? That this card is about the thing that is most nourishing to you is the dream, is that feeling you just said you want to feel. That is the nourishment. So you have to start learning, how does the version of me that's doing the thing, how are they doing it? How do they do that? What steps might you need to take? Did they integrate and teach all those parts of themselves, like how to be empowered? Did they learn that thing on YouTube? Did they take 30 minutes to learn the new technique of some annoying thing that is a part of the business plan? They went to the University of YouTube and figured it out. So this is like, there's some kind of steps you need to be taking. Like, what is the version of me doing that feels this way? And start freaking doing it. Do they go to the gym? Do they eat healthy? I mean, those are some pretty obvious ones. Okay. What your self-authority wants you to know is big hog, baby. Focus on the big picture. You are a visionary, you're a leader, you have this like Kundalini energy within you that is here to create the life you want. You're a light bringer, you're here to shed light on things, show the light, activate people's light. And it's shining light on the bee, which, you know, is a servant of humanity, of Mother Earth, of everything. It's pollinating all the crops that not only humans eat, but so many animals eat. So it's like there's some gift that you're meant to share, to uplift and serve humanity with. And it's funny because, you know, your self-authority, it started with Hawk saying like, get out of your head. And it ends with self-authority saying, having Hawk come through self-authority, saying, focus on the bigger picture. You have this thing you're meant to create in your life. Like, you know, and there are these moments where you just, it almost seems like impossible to manifest that thing, but that's just a phase in the stage. Like that is always, there's always that phase in the stage. And for some of us, it lasts for years and it's hell and it's unbearable. But you know, this consistency towards trying to figure it out, trying to share the thing, asking life for help, it's gonna happen. Like, it's just, the other thing, I think, okay, here's the other thing that I've been realizing. Just chill, man. Like, be patient. It's all gonna happen. Like, your thing that is so dear to your heart, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be successful. That love that you yearn to have, it's gonna happen at the right time with the right person, because you're in a perfect alignment. And you're just, you know, you're just coming into that version who can reflect that thing, that whatever the thing is, it just chill. It's all in the making. All right, now, if you're interested in really directing and understanding this Kundalini energy within you, and I think it's like, I mean, that is your sexual power, and I think there's a lot of people telling you this is what that is, and this is it. But I'm interested in like your own self-discovery of like, what does your sexual power look like? Like, you can't tell me what mine looks like. Nope. And I can't tell you what yours looks like. So in my next workshop, February 1st on Saturday, there is a replay if you can't make it. This is about this really creating this connection and friendship with this life force, creation, sexual energy that lives in us, and even kind of working with other aspects of us to amplify this sexual life force, and you discovering it in your own way. And then not only that, how can we use our sexual life force to direct fear into the manifestation that sounds awesome to us? I mean, that's like some epically cool freaking abilities. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out the I Am the Creator workshop. It is a part of my membership. And here's what's cool. If you want to just come for the workshop, cool. You can opt out at the end of the month, but you get everything in my membership. You get our last workshop, I Am Fearless workshop. You get a body tech library of movements for empowerment. You get the members only readings, like, and if you use the promo code for January, because January is almost up, it will be $27 a month the rest of the time you decide to stay on. And because the full price is $33, it's not like a massive difference, but like, just take advantage of it. It's gonna be awesome. It's virtual on Zoom, so you're all invited. The more of us, the more power we create of empowerment for each other. So all the info below, world peace forever and world peace forever.